Good morning and welcome to our practice. It is the morning for me and I love practicing fresh out of bed in the morning because it really sets the tone for the whole day. So if that's you too, this is going to be fantastic and we are going to have a beautiful day that just gracefully flows as a result of this little check-in connection time. So let's start straight on our mats, making sure you've got everything that you might need or you like to use in Vajrasana. Long, smooth inhalations and long, smooth exhalations. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the face. And then lifting the hands up and pressing the palms together. And in our hands, placing something infinitely wondrous, precious. Something that ignites love. And opening our practice together with one Om. Inhale. And then releasing the hands and opening the eyelids. Okay, ready to start. Let's come and stand at the front of our mats, finding hanging Uttanasana. So spreading the feet the width of the mat, turning the toes slightly in, the heels out, so that the arches can lift. And then when we come down, the thighs can roll in. Hands on the hips, elbows back. Get that chest open, get that vibrancy in the sternum plate. Inhale. Exhale, coming down, leading with the cellular chest, the elbows back, the legs firm, the thighs gripping. Keep pressing firmly into the heels, lifting the inner arches, and then holding onto the elbows with our hands. Playing with the centralization of the pose first, we all have a tendency to move the buttocks back in this pose so that they're not really right over the feet and the legs are diagonalized. So encouraging you now to move your hips forward until you feel you might tip over forward. And right at that point, squeeze the knees and the thighs strongly up. Really feel your quadriceps lifting up the entire length of the thigh bone so that the femurs are coming into the hips. And now placing the hands on the mat, spreading the palms, spreading the fingers widely, and stepping back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. On this first one, lift the heels up high, stretch the roots of those toes. Now bend the knees and lift the buttocks up higher, and feel how this helps to integrate the shoulder blades, the upper back area. Keep stretching the arms. And now with an exhale, straighten the legs. Again, bending the knees, lifting the buttocks up, stretching the arms and feeling the upper back starting to feel itself. And with an exhale, straighten the legs. And one more time, bending the knees, lift the buttocks up, re-stretch the arms, move the shoulder blades down the back. And with an exhale, straighten the legs. And now bringing the feet together and stepping the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. One hand, fingertips on the floor on each side of that front foot. Propelling ourselves forward and backwards with the back leg. Keeping that back inner knee tightly squeezed and straight. And now bending that back leg and placing the thigh, the knee on the ground. See if you can move the knee back just a little bit and press the buttocks forward. And now hands on the inside edge of that front foot and press down into the fingertips to lift the chest up, even as you're pressing the buttocks forward and down. And we're going to move the hips back now, bringing that right hand back to the outside edge. As we move the hips back, we lift the right foot off the floor, so on the heel. Grip this leg, so the femur bone is coming into the hip socket. And walking the hands forward, see if you can take hold of that foot and pull. And then releasing, and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana with the feet together. And now the left leg forward to a nice wide lunge, fingertips on the floor, propelling ourselves forward and backwards. Squeezing that back inner knee tightly. And then bending that back knee, placing it on the mat, and trying to move the knee back a little bit as we press the buttocks down. And then we're going to bring our left hand inside, fingertips to the floor, and lift the chest up by pressing down into the fingertips. So the more we press down into gravity, the more we can find that anti-gravitational lift rising up. And now let's move the hips back. The left hand comes back to the outside edge of that front foot. We come onto the heel of the front leg, lifting the foot. And exhaling, walking forward. Seeing if we can take hold of that foot. And make sure that you're gripping the left thigh muscles up so the head of the left femur bone is coming into the hip socket. And releasing, and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, feet together. And now we're going to lift the left leg up behind us, lifting it slowly so we can watch it. And as we lift it, we want to roll the left thigh in. So the kneecap is facing the floor, the toes are facing the floor. Keep pushing yourself away from the heels of the hands, extending that back leg. The right heel firm. And then slowly lowering with the same integrity. And changing sides. Right leg lifting. Rolling it in. Kneecap really facing the floor, toes really facing the floor. Now re-stretch the arms, pushing yourselves away from the heels of the hands. And slowly lowering. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And now walking the feet forward, feet the width of the mat, toes turning in, heels out, hanging Uttanasana. Press down into the four wheels of each of your feet. Grip the kneecaps up, grip the thigh muscles up, and suck the inner knees all the way up the length of the inner thighs, all the way up to the inner groins, and then roll the inner groins back and feel the sit bones widen. Now placing the hands on the hips, elbows back, legs still firm, press down into the heels in order to lift up. And stepping the feet together, Tadasana. Excellent. Okay, lying down on our backs, taking a strap. Let's open up the legs a little bit for standing poses. Lateral Supta Padangusthasana. So from Supta Tadasana, the inner feet lined up, taking our straps, little loop in the strap, bend the right leg, put that loop on the arch of the foot, stretch the leg straight, keep this thigh rolling in. Slide the hands down the strap until the arms are straight on the floor behind. Push out through both of your feet. Keep the legs firm and begin to draw that leg towards you. Keep that left heel pressing down, that left thigh rolling in, and the femurs coming into the hips. And then bring the leg back up to the middle point, coming into lateral now. So the right hand holds the strap. The excess goes underneath the back, so the left hand can pull it to the side. And here we go. Bringing that leg towards us and to the right, towards us and to the right, until the elbow finds the floor. Let's push those blankets out. There we go. Left heel firm. Suck the outer right hip in so that it doesn't drop to the floor. We want to try to keep that stability in the hips. And then bringing the legs back up and releasing through Supta Tadasana. Left knee bent. Little loop on the foot, on the arch right there. Straighten the leg and slide the hands down the strap. Supta Parangusthasana 1. Keep that right thigh rolling in. The right heel pressing down. And now begin to draw that left leg closer and closer. The stretching arms is helping to stretch the waists, to open the armpits, so make sure to keep the arms vibrant. And then bring the leg back up to the center point. Left hand holds the strap as close as possible to the foot. Excess goes underneath the back so the right hand can hold and pull. And here we go, leg towards us and to the left, towards us and to the left, coming down incrementally to our final position. Re-grip the legs, don't let anything become passive. And suck that outer left hip right here up so it doesn't drop, so the hips stay equal. Right thigh is still rolling in, right heel is still pressing down. And then bring the leg back up and exhale. Releasing, rolling over to the side and coming to stand up. Tadasana. Coming forward, Utthita Trikonasana. Jumping or stepping. Turning the right foot open. The foot is in line with the front arch. Roll this front thigh open and allow the hips to turn, not overturn, so just turn where they need to so this front thigh can roll open. Now lift the arms and let the body, the trunk, follow the back arm without losing the front rotation of this leg. Exhale, reaching to the right. Gripping the legs up and then coming down, placing the webbing of the hand where it lands, and stretching the top arm to the sky. Pushing into the outside edge of the back foot firmly. Squeezing the back inner knee tightly. Now with each exhale, we're going to twist up to the sky using the bottom hand on the leg to help us turn and twist. Ready? 3 exhales. Inhale, exhale. And again, inhale, exhale, twist. Keep the legs firm. Last time, inhale, exhale, and then inhale up and turning to the left-hand side. Making sure that the front heel is lined up with the front of the back arch. Roll this front thigh open, allowing this back hip to come forward just enough that this front thigh can really roll open and grip up. And now stretch the arms and let the trunk follow the back arm. Inhale, exhale, reaching to the left. Keep gripping the legs and rolling that front thigh open. And then placing the webbing of the hand where it lands and stretching the top arm to the sky. Lift the back inner arch and push into the outside edge of that back foot. Firm the back inner knee. And now with the exhales, we'll use the traction of the hand on the bottom leg to help us to turn and twist the trunk up to the sky following this top arm. Ready? Here we go. Inhale. And again. Inhale. Last time. Inhale. And then coming back up. Turning the feet in. And jumping the feet together. Tadasana. Okay, moving into Virabhadasana 2 and Parshvakonasana. So here we go. Nice wide stance for these next poses. Place the hands on the hips for now. Turn the right foot open. Check the alignment. Roll this front thigh open. Now put your hands on your buttocks and move the buttocks down towards the ground. And stretch the arms so you can see my hands here, making arrows defining where the buttocks are going. We're going to come into Virabhadasana 2 like this to stay in contact with our hips. Okay, preparing. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to make that square coming down. Keep the buttocks facing down. Don't let this happen. Buttocks down. Now put your hand on the inner front knee, the inner front thigh. Back hand on the hips now. Push this inner knee open and exhale, twist the trunk back. Ready? 3 times. And again. One more time. And then hands back to the buttocks. Check that the buttocks are still facing down. And now we're going to come to Parshvakonasana. So the buttocks and the hips change. They go this way. We come down, fingertips to the floor. And now the buttocks are moving that way. Hand on the waist. You can always use a block under this hand. Now we're going to use the exhale to twist and turn up to the sky. Pushing this arm against the inner leg. And turning and twisting. Here we go. One more. And then back through Virabhadasana 2. The buttocks facing down. And then inhaling up. And back to the middle. Okay, the left hand side. Check that you have the good width, that the feet are lined up, that this front thigh is rolling open. Buttocks moving down and facing down. Preparing. Inhale. Exhale. Making a square with that front leg. Keeping the buttocks facing down. Not letting them do that. Down. Now this hand on the front inner knee. This hand on the back hip. We push against this in order to get that twist to the back leg. Here we go. Keep it active. Good. Hands back to the buttocks. Make sure they're facing down. We're coming to Parshvakonasana. We're going to feel the hips swing. And your hands will move with the buttocks, so they're going back that way now. Fingertips come to the floor, holding the hip here. This arm is active. It's helping us to twist and turn up to the sky. Here we go. Really twist. One more time. Excellent. Hands to the buttocks. And coming through Virabhadrasana 2. Feel the buttocks go down. And then inhaling up. And jumping the feet together. And ready for some twists now. So we're going to take a block and a wall. You don't actually have to move your mat into a wall. You just have to find a little wall where you can put your back hand on it. We're going to put the block arm's distance away from the wall. Sitting. Right knee bent, foot facing forward, left leg extended, Marichasana 3. Keep this leg straight. Don't let it open like this, nice and firm. Keep this leg rolled in, the thigh rolling in, the kneecap facing the sky, the heel pressing down. Turning and twisting to the right. Inhale that, left arm up. And with an exhale, reach across and try to get the outer elbow to the outer knee. Press, that's your pressing point. And with each exhale, turn and twist more and more to the right. And again, turning and twisting. Lift the chest up. And changing sides. Left knee bent, foot facing forward, right leg extended. Rolling this right thigh in. Keeping this leg firm. Turning and twisting to the left. Then inhaling the right arm up and exhaling across, outer elbow to the outer knee, outer thigh. That pressure there helping us to turn and twist with increasing intensity with each of our exhales. Try to press the back ribs in and to lift the cellular chest. One more exhale, push, turn, twist. And undoing, moving the block, taking the strap, coming to lie right back down on our mats for Parivrita Supta Parangusthasana. From Supta Tadasana. Bending the right knee. Finding our little loop waiting for us there. The left hand is going to hold the strap as close as possible, and then you're going to slide the rest of the strap underneath the back so the right hand can pull it to the side. Bring that leg towards you and across to the left, towards you and across to the left, towards you and across to the left. Finding your final position. Don't let the knees micro bend. Straighten the knees. Pull the femurs into the hips. Keep that left heel firm on the mat. And now with each exhale, we're twisting our trunk and turning our head to the right. Here we go. One more time. Keep the legs firm. And bringing the leg back up and through Supta Tadasana. Left knee bent, putting that little loop on the left foot. This time the right hand holds the strap as close as possible to the foot, and the rest of the strap goes underneath so that the left hand can pull it. So we're tractioning everywhere. Keep this right leg firm, the heel pressing down. And let's come into our Parivrita Supta Parangustasana. Check that your knees aren't bent. Push through the balls of the feet. Keep that right heel firm. And now we're going to use our exhalations to get more of this twisting action as we turn the abdomen, the trunk, and the head to the left. The left hand is pulling the strap. Here we go. Keep the knees firm. And then bringing the leg back up and exhale. Releasing all of that and rolling over to the side and coming up. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, coming to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Spreading the fingers even wider than you did on the first ones. Push the shins back. Push the front thighs back. Roll the thighs slightly in so both inner groins are rolling back. And now coming to plank pose. Lift the belly button up. Make the core firm. And push out through the length of the inner legs. So it's like with your exhale, you push out through the legs, accentuating the inner knee and pushing out through the inner heel. One more. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana again. Looking at the shins, push them back. Looking at the front thighs, push them back. Roll the inner groins back. Press the back ribs forward. And back to plank pose. Connecting with the line of energy. Directionalizing our breath down those inner legs, out through the inner knees, out through the inner heels, core lifting. And now coming onto our forearms. Keeping that charge in the legs. And back up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Shins back, front thighs back, inner groins rolling back. Stretch the arms, relax the head completely. And now bending the knees and coming down onto the mat. Shoulder openers from Balasana. So coming forward. If the forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can take a brick. Bring the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers together and stretch the arms up. Feel the front shoulders rolling back, rolling up to the sky. Using the inhale to lift the hands higher and the exhale to bring the arms over. And now the hands halfway down, changing the interlock of the fingers and bringing the arms back up. Rolling the front shoulders back. And then arms back down, rolling back up. Vajrasana. Okay, taking a strap, ideally a longer strap rather than a shorter strap. We're going to come to Paripurna Navasana with a strap. It's a lovely experience. So, nice big loop. And just to remind you, this is Paripurna Navasana. And we're going to do it with the strap here on the dorsal ribs and on our feet. So you can see that the loop wants to be quite big. So experimenting a little bit here. Let's put it on the back body. And I can see that. Too long, right? There we go, that's probably going to be right. And 2 feet. So the strap on the back is helping those back ribs to press in rather than C-shaping. So in the sternum chest lifted. The strap on the feet is not only helping to pull the strap for the back ribs, but it's keeping those feet really alert, presence. Now move these hands back and move your elbows back. And move the outer arms back. Feeling this. And now we're going to try to move right onto the sit bones. So there's the sacrum and the sit bones. And right now I'm a little bit on the sacrum. And we want to try to move this pose to the sit bones. So a little bit forward. So it feels a little more precarious. We have to work harder. Femurs coming into the hip sockets. Good, and then releasing, and we can remove that strap. Now let's come to it. We made the imprint. Let's come to the real pose without the strap. So elbows back, just on the fingertips here. Lifting the feet up. Lift the sternum plate and press the back ribs in as if the strap was there. And now lift the arms and stretch them. Lift the knees higher, and with your inner arms, hold the outside edges of the feet. Keep those knees high. Now we're going to straighten the right leg. And back down. And the same with the left. And back down. Use your arms to pull the knees a little closer towards you. And again, ready. And back down, and the other side, and back down, and now both legs. You're holding the legs, helping a little bit here. Lift the chest, try to be on the sit bones, and 2, and 1. Bend the knees, bring them higher again, lift the chest, and extend the legs. Fingertips back onto the floor behind. Shoulders rolling back. Outer arms going back. Cellular chest lifting. Dandasa. And letting that go. Okay, coming to lie down on our backs. No equipment needed. Rest the knees against each other. Lift the hips and with your hands, tilt the pelvis this way. so that the lower back is really supported by the floor as you're lying down. And now make sure that the feet are parallel, hip distance apart. And let's lift our right leg up and place the outer ankle on the front of this left thigh. With your right hand, hold the inner right thigh and roll the inner groin to the outer groin. Now, holding that, let's bring our hands behind the left knee, interlocking our fingers, and we start to draw that left knee towards us, keeping that rolling action in the inner groin, the inner right groin, rolling to the right. As the legs come closer, we may be able to press this right elbow on the inner leg to push it away from us. Now we're going to keep the legs but change the arm position. So both arms are going to go underneath the calf like this so that they emerge on the other side. And then we turn the arms so the palms are facing up to the sky. The arms are not together. The right arm is underneath the right knee and the left arm is by the right ankle. Having placed the arms, we're now going to bend the elbows and evenly bring that right shin towards our chest. And now we're going to straighten the left leg up to the sky, and then slowly lowering it down to the mat, that left thigh rolling in, so the left heel comes to the mat. Then press the left thigh down to the thigh bone and draw the arms closer. And undoing all of that, bending both legs, feet parallel at our starting point. Left hand side, lifting the left leg up, outer ankle on the front of that right knee. Roll the inner left groin open. Hands coming behind the right knee and drawing that leg closer. And as we draw it closer, we might get to a place where the elbow can start to push the inner left knee back. And then the arm positions are going to change. So we're bringing both arms underneath the calf, stretching them, separating them. So the left arm is underneath the left knee, the right arm is by the left ankle, palms turned up to the sky. And then very simply bending the elbows and applying that even pressure to increase our sensation, our openness. And then extending the right leg straight to the sky. And slowly lowering that right leg down, keeping the thigh rolled in. As it comes down, keep pulling the arms evenly towards you. Once the heel touches, check that the right thigh is still rolling in, that you're pressing the right thigh down, and draw those arms closer. And 3, and 2, And one. Coming back out and releasing. Okay, now turning so that your arms can hold the mat like this and your shoulders are right in line with the edge of the mat. So we're keeping strength in our arms and purpose in our arms by giving the hands something to grip so we don't forget about them. Coming to supine twists. Bringing the feet off the floor. Inhale. And exhale the knees towards the right elbow. Keep the hands pressing down and pulling away from each other. We're twisting to the right, and we want the head of our right femur bone to really come into the hip socket. And now inhale, and with an exhale, twist and turn the trunk, the abdomen, the head to the left. Those back ribs pressing in. Keep the arms active. Each exhale helping us to twist more. And then coming back up to our starting point. Connect with your hands, your arms again, press them down and away from each other so the arms are vibrant, and to the left-hand side. Inhale. Exhale the knees to the left elbow. And as we twist to the left, we want to extra draw the head of the left femur bone into the hip socket. Keep pushing the hands down and away from each other. And now let's twist to the right with the exhale. Here we go. Keep the arms purposeful. The back ribs pressing in. And then the legs coming back up and feet to the floor. Turning back onto the proper mat, so to speak. Dviparasuptapadana Muktasan. Interlocking the fingers, lining the inner feet up. And with the exhale, completely relax the abdomen, the shoulders, the face. And then feet to the floor. And it's now time for Shavasana. So you could either take Shavasana on your mat, so you just extend the legs out, or you could take a blanket and go to the wall and do an inverted Shavasana, which is what I'm going to do. So my blanket, coming in sideways, and swinging the legs up. Remembering that if the backs of your legs feel strain when you're in this pose, you need to move the hips, the buttocks back. No strain in the backs of the legs, otherwise there won't be complete relaxation. There'll be strain and relaxation. We don't want that. We want to move into complete letting go-ness. And then with the hands, rolling the inner groins to the outer groins. And traveling that action up the leg, the inner knees to the outer knees, the inner ankles to the outer ankles, the big toes to the little toes. Arms extended diagonally away, rolling each shoulder back. The collarbones long, the chest open. And when everything feels just right, the eyelids delicately closing like flower petals. And with an exhale, releasing ourselves into the depth of Shavasana. Loka samastaha sukhinho bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the universe know love. May the universe know peace. And may we help all those that we come into contact with to feel the same. Om. Peace. 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 And just bending the knees so that the feet can slide down the wall. And then rolling over. And using our hands to push ourselves up. Welcome back. Our practice is complete. I hope that you feel ready for your day, vibrant yet calm, and I hope we practice again together soon. Namaste. Take good care.